Hello Carpologists, I'm Luke and today we're going to be checking out these guys. They are Wychwood's flagship range of rods and they're known as the Maximisers. So some of you might be thinking, hang on, isn't there already Wychwood Maximiser rods out there? And you'd be right in thinking that. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, they were a really sought after rod. So much so, even rod builders were trying to get hold of the blanks to make custom rods. Well, with these, Wychwood have reimagined them and they're brand new for 2019. So, these new Maximisers, they've actually been brought in to replace the existing 301 range, and that's been running for about 4 years now. As most of you will know, the Maximisers are associated with distance casting, and these guys are no different. There's two models available. There's the standard 3.5 pound 12 foot model, and there's the one that I've got out now, which is actually 12 foot 9 inches 3.5 pound test curve. When it comes to features and aesthetics, both the 12 foot and the 12 foot 9 inch model are very similar. However, there is one main difference between them. Well, two. Obviously the length is 9 inches longer. However, the 12 foot 9 inch model does actually have a stepped up butt section, which really does help to improve casting. It's clear that it's more of a distance tool. When it comes to actually casting, having the extra 9 inches and the stepped up butt section really does make quite a difference. Now, that's not to say that the standard 12 foot 3.5 pound model isn't going to be able to cast decent distances. They both have 50mm butt rings as standard. However, I've been hitting about 120 yards consistently today with a light wind coming into me, and I'm by no means the best caster in the world. When we went to meet Nick Hellier earlier in the year, he was actually hitting the clip at 200 yards quite easily.
There you go, that's it, the clip. Pulled the rod over at 200 yards.
So the rods actually have a really nice fast recovery on the tip, and this is on both versions, both the 12 foot and the 12 foot 9 inch. So as soon as you've pinged that lead out, the rod is straight back, angled exactly how you want it to be. So it might seem quite a brave move of Wychwood to release just two models within the Maximiser range, and especially as they're both 3.5 pound test curve. However, like I mentioned earlier, these have actually been brought in to replace the 301 range of rods, and all the feedback coming from that, everyone wanted more powerful rods at a higher test curve. So there you go, two versions, both 3.5 pound test curve, one 12 foot, one 12 foot 9 inches. So if we have a look at some of the features of these rods, it's pretty clear that everything has been designed with distance in mind. And this is the same on both the 12 foot 9 inch model that I have here and the 12 foot model as well. To start with, there's a really nice full duplan handle, which is obviously going to increase your grip when you're casting. It's slightly tapered at the butt section as well. And a nice little feature is it's slightly cut out here, so there's somewhere to put your thumb so you can really punch your lead out. Further along the blank, well, the blank itself is made from an ultra low resin material. Now this makes it nice and lightweight. Couple that with the lightweight guides as well, which are 50mm butt rings all the way down to a 16mm anti-tangle tip ring, and then there's 18mm Fuji reel seats as well. So pretty much any of the reels on the market will fit these perfectly. So it's clear that these rods are packed with features and brilliant for casting. But how do they actually look? Because obviously you're going to spend quite a bit of time just sitting behind them. And to be honest, they look really nice. They're really well designed. There's a nice little Wychwood logo just on the butt cap here, and then within the duplan handle there's a couple of Wychwood logos etched into it as well. The blank itself has got a carbon weave throughout, and that looks really nice, and then there's just subtle Wychwood branding in a matte black finish along the blank. Overall, they do look really nice, and you can happily spend a bit of time sitting behind them. So probably the last thing we've got left to discuss is going to be the price of them. Now the 12 foot 9 inch 3.5 pound test curve model I've got here is set to retail at £219.99, with the 12 foot 3.5 pound model set to be a little bit cheaper at £199.99. So for a flagship model, that's really not bad at all. Thanks for watching.